This lunchbox is brought to you by Taverna Kyma in Boca.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim sauce with the awesome bay, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a special Sunday brunch edition of the Lunchbox. We are coming to you live from the outdoor-friendly environment. I wish everybody could be here to smell this. I don't know if you could see behind me. This is a treat. It's a lamb roast on a spit, the traditional Greek style, because we're at Taverna Kyma with Sophia.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back to the Lunchbox. We loved being here last month, and man, we're going to really love this month. Tell us what's going on, Sophia.
So it's our launch of what we call Souvla Sunday. Souvla in Greek is the spit, where the lamb roasts on. So we are going to be doing the first Sunday of every month, a roast.
And you can see it. It's so traditional. You got looks like a little bit of, was it wood and, live fire. It's roasting beautifully. The smell, it's just the aroma of this is unbelievably good. And I call it a carnivore's delight. I don't know how other people feel. Like in America, we're so distanced from our food and how it's prepared. But like in the old country in Europe, you get in touch with it. You'll have a whole lamb roast, and it's really a celebration of life. Yeah.
We actually had a birthday party here on Wednesday, and we did a pig roast. So,
wow.
Which we're going to be introducing throughout the weeks. This is just our first initial launch, and we just did the lamb, and we're going to have different types of things roasting.
Okay. Well, before we get into all the great food and beverage and some special guests, we got family, we got friends of the show, and Dr. Nick Tranicus, who is become a longtime friend. He's been a longtime member of the Let's Eat South Florida group, where we are simulcasting right now. And I say that people should come out here. We've had enough bad football for the week. The Dolphins got their horrendous loss out of the way on Thursday night, Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And then, of course, we had the horrendous, unexpected upset loss by the Hurricanes yesterday, which looks like it knocks them out of the college football playoff. And then we have Florida State being Florida State, but congrats to the Florida Gator fans. They have bragging rights. Are you a Gator?
I am. Actually went to UF.
I kind of had that feeling. The way her face lit up and smiled, whereas you can see, Lubie can't see today. He's off to the side of the camera.
I'm hiding in shame.
He has a big frown on his face.
Let the Gator enjoy her moment.
How was your Thanksgiving, Lubie? I mean, besides the Thanksgiving,
it was great yesterday.
We did not see you Friday at Gulfstream. We had the Ken professor, Professor Ken, filling in as producer, and you were gone. Where in Orlando?
In Orlando. My sister-in-law lives there, and they're coming down for Christmas, so we went up there. We did Thanksgiving at my parents Thursday, and then with her family, we did it in Orlando at her sister's yesterday.
Now, of course, Lubie, a FSU Seminole alum, just like I'm an FSU dad now. My daughter going back to school after her break tomorrow. We had a great time, but man, it's been a rough year. They just are not a good team. But Florida's showing signs of life, though.
Yes,
they are,
which is good.
We're alive and kicking.
And just to conclude the sports section today,
I was just going to ask you, what's going on here?
What's with my ugly Santa sweater? Besides the fact that now, with Thanksgiving officially in the books and the calendar says December, it's December 1st.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. And with Thanksgiving coming basically the latest it can possibly be, we have a short span between Thanksgiving and Christmas Day, less than a month.
Yes.
And it's going to be the holiday spirit. But I am wearing my ugly Santa sweater today for two reasons. Not only because it is the start of the holidays, but also in tribute, and we say rest in peace to the great college football coach.
Oh, he passed.
Louis Carnesecca. You didn't realize that,
No.
Lubie. Leslie Visser Mama. We have a group text from all these great sports luminaries, Jim Sarney, Defo, Leslie Visser, of course, Hall of Fame broadcaster. But I didn't even realize that Lou Carnesecca passed sometime yesterday. The obits started hitting the wires this morning. passed away at age 99. And of
Wow.
course, Lou Carnesecca, known at St. John's in Queens, New York, for wearing ugly sweaters. And he was a great guy. I mean, I came across him a couple of times in my sports writing career. Did you ever have any dealings with him?
No.
Lubie? Yeah.
Devo talked about him a lot. I followed him. I know in the Big Ten when it was in its heyday, he was a central figure of it.
Yeah, well, 99 is a ripe old number, and he led a great life. But I learned the story of the ugly sweater. Did you ever know this, Lubie, that basically he had a cold one day, and before going to the game, he told his wife, he's sniffling, he's gets the chills, he doesn't feel good, and the wife says, "Why don't you go wear a sweater?" And the only sweater he could find in his closet was this ugly brown sweater that had these like green and like green and white chevrons. That was a gift to him from an Italian basketball coach or something like that. He wore the ugly sweater to the game. They won. He wore it to the next game.
Every game
they
ever.
won. They put together like some 14-game winning streak when he was wearing this ugly sweater, and then he just started wearing ugly sweaters after that,
Wow.
and it
game.
became his trademark
thing.
fashion statement. So
That's a cool story.
it is, and he was a great guy, self-effacing, didn't take himself too seriously, but was a great basketball coach. Had some great talent there at St. John's in the 1980s. Chris Mullen, and I forget all the others, but there's
Kenny Anderson.
but there was a bunch of New Yorkers that he was able to recruit, and they made the Final Four a couple of times.
Mark Jackson's the other great one.
Yeah,
that
Mark
people talk
Jackson.
about all
That's the
time.
one. Yep, that's it. So rest in
s-
peace.
My son did something kind of similar, but he wore socks to a soccer game
Okay.
and they won, and
Oh.
then he didn't want me to wash them.
No, you
Oh,
can't wash the
no.
socks.
Oh,
Never
my
mind. Like,
That's so
of
gross.
course, it
It
goes
was
with.
so bad.
It goes without saying that he's going to wear those socks every time, but you can't wash them until they
No.
You
lose.
can't wash them.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Aren't sports superstitions
That's so
silly?
gross.
It
Not-
was so gross.
Not only silly, they can be stinky.
They're gonna
sometimes.
smell like a teenage boy's feet.
And that's now we come to the difference in terms of words. When you say odor, that's a bad thing. So like those socks had an odor, but when you say aroma,
Okay.
that's a
Sounds
good
nicer,
thing.
and that's what we
And
have
right
here.
now,
That's
I'm getting hit with this aroma of the lamb roasting on the spit. I hope you people not only can see it, but you guys should
No, you can
consider
see it.
coming out here
It
for
looks fantastic.
yourselves.
Oh my god.
The address here, Taverna Kyma, Boca Raton, 6298 North Federal Highway. And so when is this available now? It's like an all-day thing? Can
So it's
people
an
get it for
all-day, yeah.
dinner? Or
Yep, they can get it for dinner, but it's more of it during the day because we're
Okay.
gonna have, and we have live music. That's going to be starting in a little bit.
Nice.
And we have the lamb, just like a family fun. Bring
Yeah.
your family, come for lunch. It's Sunday, so it's an early thing. People work. There's school. Can't believe school's starting tomorrow after the
Oh,
break.
yeah.
So
oh, look at this. And we've got the mezes, appetizers
Yeah.
hitting the table right now, which is
Yes.
always great. So just to square it away, because I posted about this, the event a couple of like a half hour ago on the Let's Eat group, and already people are saying, "Is it all you can eat? Is it is it free?" It's like it's a restaurant. Because I said that people should come out and enjoy it, and they said, "Oh, come out and enjoy it means it's free and all you can eat." And I was like, "Only in your bizarre head."
Just have fun. Is
I
what
don't
it means.
understand the internet all the time, but I do appreciate everybody who's interested. But yeah, how does it work? It's priced per pound.
Yes. So, I mean, we have our regular menu, and as you're going to see today, we have a lot of lamb options that we're going to be, tasting, but it's going to be by the pound. So
yeah, so you
price
just
it by the pound. You just get one. It's more for like sharing. It's very heavy.
you
So
get it.
it's not like you get it for a meal by yourself.
Right.
So it's just to share and kind of like as an
How
appetizer.
does it differ
okay.
from some of the other menu offerings? Because obviously you have great lamb chops on the
Yep.
menu here. You also have like lamb shank, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Roasted lamb.
Yep.
So they're all just prepared differently. So
Mhm.
obviously lamb chops are with
They're
the
grilled.
bone
Yep.
and it's grilled, and then our lamb shank is slow roasted. It's gonna have like orzo, like more of a red sauce, and then roasted lamb is lamb that we cook again, slow roast it, but
Can roast.
without the bone. And
I see. Okay,
Yep.
so that's yeah,
Like a
it's
And
like
roast.
a
Yep.
fillet,
Oven.
almost like a
Yes.
fillet of lamb.
yeah, and
But
then
this
this
is
is speaks for itself.
rustic. Who came up with this idea? And
So I did because it's something different. Number one,
Yep.
because the way the restaurant is laid out with the parking lot, and there's a lot of free space, and a lot of people don't have the space that we have.
True.
And we do this for Easter. And
Okay.
it's such a big success. I mean, we do over 350 people come.
Oh,
we have,
wow.
once again, we have the music, we have the lamps. I'm like, why are we
You-
just doing it
You
for Easter?
do it on the Eastern Orthodox Easter
Yes.
Sunday, the Greek Orthodox Easter, which usually falls a couple of weeks after the.
So the way it falls is, so this year it's the same as the Catholic, the American
Oh, wow.
Easter. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then next year it's going to be a week apart, 2 weeks apart,
Right.
3 weeks apart, 4 weeks apart, and then we circle back.
Right.
It's a
So,
bizarre
but
situation.
you decided to expand the festivities, so it's not
Yes.
just for the Greek Easter, but
Yes.
for every first Sunday of the month. This is going to be a new thing up
Yeah.
here, and I hope it goes over wildly well, because I just love when there's food events that kind of coalesce around tradition, culture and family. And off to the side here, you can't see, but we have a nice family table. We've got Dr. Nick and his wife. I got Val and
yep.
Shirley's here,
My
and
wife's
they're
here.
enjoying a whole bunch of nice wines and other mezes, and it's just a good fun family time.
Yes.
And typically you have like a separate brunch menu, or is it a lunch menu, or what is it? How does it work on the
So
weekends?
we do have our lunch menu, but we're gonna be launching next month. We're gonna be launching also a brunch.
Oh wow!
So just a few brunch items, nothing extensive. Hopefully maybe you can come back and try that. I don't know.
We can
We'll do that
always
again.
come
That'd be
back
great.
anytime you
we
invite
have
us.
to keep it interesting.
Whatever you want
Love
us to definitely promote, because all the good stuff going on here, and it is a great facility.
Fantastic.
Because you have the indoor seating. Now it's the time of the year where you want to be outdoors.
Yep.
Kind of two different outdoor patio areas, and with the music and everything that's going to be going on, it's going to be a real festival. Will there be any plates smashed?
It depends how much Ouzo you drink.
Well, of course.
Right now, I'm saying no, but in a couple hours after we've had our beer and our Ouzo and our wine,
things happen.
Things happen. They
Yeah.
do happen.
And I guess hopefully either you have plenty of other plates on stand, but that's again, your family started Taverna Opa down in Hollywood, and
Yes.
it became well known as the leader in cracked plates
Yes,
in
it did.
South Florida.
It did. Yes.
And no, it's just it's fun. It's a fun scene.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what we got on the table right now. I see some
Okay.
greens, and my body has
Yes.
actually been craving greens since eating like
A
3
lot of
Thanksgiving
protein and
meals
carbs.
in
Yes.
2
So-
days or something. But
I know we need a little green in our body.
I do.
This is a traditional Greek salad. It's just romaine lettuce, green onion, radishes, and dill.
Well,
So
not-
it's like a citrus
Not
dill.
traditional Greek salad in the way that people
No.
think, but
Yeah,
it's
in
one of the
Greece-
salads you see in Greece.
Yes, it's a
but
very traditional salad in Greece.
right, and it looks beautiful, lightly
Thank you.
dressed.
Yes.
Romaine lettuce. I love radishes.
Yep.
I think radishes are very healthy, and it's a very simple salad.
Simple.
Whereas last month we had what
A Greek
in
salad.
America we think of as a Greek salad, which
Greek
is
salad.
the feta and the tomatoes and the
Yes.
cucumbers
with no lettuce.
with no lettuce.
Okay, this is our lettuce
This
salad.
is the lettuce salad. So I'm going in here first with that
Okay.
before we get into the carnivore's delight
Yes.
later. What else we got on the table here? We got a little feta cheese. We got the
Olives.
tzatziki, right?
Yes. So because we're doing, a lot of meat and meze that we call, which is a, tapas style tasting. The Greeks like to have like a little bit of cheese and olives just to add to the flavors. So yes, what
No,
do you think?
It's great. I love
Simple.
it.
Simple, right? Simple.
Here's the
Simple is great, and the
Peter's fantastic.
dressing again, nice and light. Nice coating on the romaine lettuce.
This
Here,
is
it's
one of
all
my
done.
favorite.
That's a great way to
And
start a
so
Sunday.
you guys started. You do the roast during the is when you're starting now. When do you like? I feel like we're not doing this into the summer.
No, oh yeah, he's saying
the
first
Sunday
Sunday
event,
of every
the
month,
Sunday
probably
event.
through
Yes.
season, through Greek Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see after Easter. So right now we're going to do January 5th as the next one.
Nice.
And then we'll do February and March for sure.
Okay.
And then we'll see from there because we'll probably after Easter we'll probably
Taper off. Yeah.
taper off and then come back to it around this time next year.
And if people want to make
So-
reservations for a big group or family,
Yep.
how do they go about doing that? Is
So
that-
you can either call traditional. I know people don't do that anymore.
Right.
You can go on Open Table or through our website, tavernakyma.com.
Okay, great.
So
and
a lot of avenues that you can utilize.
and you accept parties up to what, any amount,
Yeah.
basically? 'Cause-
Yes. So actually, right now we have a baptism in the back of 50
So you do
people.
events.
Oh wow.
So we have that going on. We have the regular diners, and like you said, all our friends and family and everything. So we have a lot of moving parts.
And you said I remember when we were here, you said you're 7 days a week.
yeah, 7 days
And
a
you went
week.
through Thanksgiving
We
as
did.
well.
We did.
How was that?
Thanksgiving was actually great, but I was telling Mike, not a lot of turkey. We did have turkey, but
Really? And people
yes.
are like, no, I'm here for that, for not
yes,
turkey.
yes,
That's funny.
yeah. So, but it was actually one of our better Thanksgivings we've had
Really?
because historically we weren't that busy.
Mhm.
But it was actually pretty busy.
That's
but
good. It's good
I
to
think
see
we did
more.
like 3 turkeys. So not too bad, but
Okay.
nothing crazy. We had like the sides and everything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
What
what
do
do we
you have your
have?
full menu too?
What do you have in front of us? Is a little bit of a
This
souvlaki? No, it's
no. Well,
what
this
do we call
is
it?
this
That's
is
gyro.
this is actually filet tips.
Oh,
Oh wait,
nice.
fillet tips. Oh wait
Oh,
a
this is for
second.
the absent Jeff DeForest.
Okay.
Let
Thi-
me.
I was hoping he was going to be here today because I wanted to
Defo,
dedicate
Yes,
this. I'm dedicating this podcast to him today.
Defo sends his regrets. He had some family, functions that coincided with today's special Sunday brunch broadcast. But I'm going to, in his absence, take a bite of this delicious-looking fillet tip skewer,
Mm.
which I assume is just also roasted over the grill. And
Yep, over a hardwood grill. So simply
oh
grilled.
my god!
I mean, it looks ridiculous.
I squeezed a little lemon on, it, so you got some of the Greek seasonings and the
Yes.
herbs on top of it. And I stand corrected. You can order a steak at a Greek restaurant.
Okay, let's
And-
see.
It's going to be good. So eat your heart out, Defo.
Yes, this is for you.
And I hope that next time when he joins us here, he will be able to partake and enjoy the delicious beef offerings here at Taverna Kyma. But
Mhm.
it's, Greece. When in Rome, do as the Romans. When at Taverna Kyma, do as the Greeks. And that means lamb. And I guess the reason lamb is the dominant meat is because that's what dominates the hills
there.
and countryside of
Yes.
Greece, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's pretty simple sometimes.
And
Yes.
we've gotten very creative. We do it in many different ways. So we utilize it in different ways. Yes.
What's your personal favorite, Sophia?
So I love the roasted lamb.
Mm.
It's just so tender and just it melts in your mouth. Yeah.
I'm a lamb chop guy,
love
and I
that
like
stuff.
them like rare, like almost,
Okay.
because if you get good quality lamb,
Yes.
it is tender no matter
ridiculous.
to what degree of doneness.
Mm.
So I like rare, maybe rare plus, which is a concept that I don't know if Lubie hates that, but they think
like
I'm an
it.
insufferable foodie when I say, most people say rare or medium rare. I say rare plus, which is in between.
In the middle,
two.
yeah.
Wow.
But when you get those succulent, juicy, rare plus lamb chops,
Oh.
squeeze a little lemon on top of it. And what I also like is you can pick it up and just eat it with your fingers.
Yeah.
I'm a big finger
You
food
have
guy.
to get all the way to the bone.
Yes, that's where the
You know?
most of the flavor
When I
is.
see people like cutting it with the knife and then
Oh
they're
my
leaving
God.
like this much
It's like painful.
on there, I'm like,
No.
please just pick it
Just
up
pick
and
it up
eat
and
it.
gnaw on the bone like God intended, please.
I agree.
And when I'm talking about finger food today, I got a little boo boo here, and I gotta give credit to is Nick your cousin? Is it
It's my dad's first cousin.
dad's first cousin?
Yes.
Nick. I don't even know if I pronounce it right. I say Tranakis. I don't know.
Nope, if you say it with
Tranakis.
Greece, it's Tranakas.
Tranakas.
Oh,
Tranakas.
you gotta roll the
yes,
R.
Yes.
You
Okay.
have to.
So I have the
Tranakas.
accent right,
It's fun.
but I have the R wrong.
Yes.
Tranak.
Tranakas.
Tranakas.
I got a
You're
little.
gonna hurt
something.
himself. Don't hurt your other finger.
Tranakas. Okay,
Good
so
job. You did it.
this is okay.
Mr. New York.
If you people out here want to hear a boring medical story, but we do have the Mayo Health Report. Mayo Clinic,
Yes.
One day we'll get it sponsored.
and
Yes.
I can't ascribe it to the manicure that I had a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know. Somehow I got an infected cuticle, and maybe this is my punishment for trying to be well groomed and
wow, okay.
maintained, and
Nice.
getting dragged to now these mani pedis and becoming a metrosexual. But this thing, it flared up, and then it just wasn't looking good, and it started like a couple of days ago, and it kept getting worse, not better. And I actually sent a picture of it yesterday when it was really getting puffed up and angry looking, and sent it to Nick, and he said, "You better go get that lanced or
Oh, geez.
take drained." And so I went to an urgent care center this morning. He said
Well,
he would have
Sunday, good
done.
for you.
He said he would have
He
done
would-
it himself
He probably could
today
have done it. Yeah.
with some Ouzo as an anesthetic.
Absolutely.
But I didn't want to wait that long, and I
No.
kind of wanted to be in a medical
The lamb can
facility.
be the front and center show today, not Mike Mayo's finger.
He
Yes.
said that he would have done it himself yesterday, but he was out of town. He just got back, but now he's here. And I don't know what he's going to charge me for the text consultation.
He
But-
gets crazy texts from my family.
oh
Like,
yeah. Oh my
any
God, you're great, too.
medical thing, like anything, I mean, he's
You
a
have a doctor in
renowned
the family.
surgeon, and we're like asking him,
Well,
about little stuff. So
that's
this
great.
is the
I love
perils of becoming a doctor. and
Yes.
when you're
Yeah.
the
Are you
doctor in
kidding
the
me?
house.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it's
Jewish
great.
doctors are very similar. I'm sure everyone in the family is like, my ear has a thing on it.
everything. My whole family were like sending him pictures, all of like our blood work, like everything you can imagine. He's like getting from the family.
Well,
So
Dr. Nick, I'm especially grateful for him
Yeah.
at this Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving without my mom, but
Oh,
I
wow.
had my mom a lot more Thanksgivings than any of us thought we were going to. Thanks to Dr. Nick, was able to perform some surgery on some cancer that she had. That was all the way
That's
back
amazing.
in 2018, January of 18. He did surgery on my mom and basically prolonged her life, and it was a good quality of life for a lot of years. So, especially grateful to him
A
and
mensch, as
everything
we
that.
say.
Yeah,
A mensch.
and
yeah.
you know what he does really well.
Drink Ouzo and roast pigs.
Besides that,
I've been to his
So-
house for a pig roast. It
Yes.
was great.
so and then you have to tie the pig and the
Yeah.
lamb. You know what he does here to
Okay.
He
It's
brings
amazing.
some of the surgical sutures
really?
and he
Oh, he's a
stitches it up.
surgeon, yeah.
he ties the
Oh, he's a surgeon,
animals
yeah.
up like
What else would you have?
my dad's like, you're a surgeon. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
tell me you're a
stupid.
surgeon without telling me you're a surgeon. I mean,
Yeah, with surgical
It's-
surgical precision and the way he carves up the roasted
to have
pigs and
anyone else
lambs
do it, I
is
mean,
great.
Yeah.
So
He's in the family. you might as
that's
well.
great. It's
Yes.
so much fun. And now we've got some Ouzo in front of us, and I'm
Yes,
not
we
going to
do.
dunk my finger in the Ouzo.
No.
The good news is I don't have to lay off alcohol just yet because I am going to be taking some pills where they say don't take alcohol, but they haven't gotten the script filled yet, and I'm not going to start it till later.
This
So
will be
Okay,
your
there you
prescription.
go.
I'm going to start
There
it
you go.
now. It
Cheers.
could only
What do
help.
we say
And what-
in Greece?
It's
Yamas.
Yamas. I forgot. I
What's
was yesterday.
Yasu?
it's hello.
Oh, so Yamas is the
She
toast.
says
Cheers.
Yamas all the time.
Yeah.
Yamas.
Yeah.
Like to life,
Okay.
right? Isn't it
Yes.
like life?
Okay.
And we sip this, not
So we
don't
don't
shots.
shoot
slug
it.
it down.
I mean,
Okay.
you can if
We were
you
about to
want
American
to.
style
If
it.
you wanna
Remember,
be
I
the-
was Florida State, so I was
Right.
about to throw it back.
The
Yes.
ugly Americans would throw it all down and then be very loud afterwards.
And then you break the plates.
Right.
You know?
But we're
Which
going
we're
to do
not
it the
gonna
Greek
do.
style, which is
Yes.
going to say
We're gonna
Yamas,
sip it. Yamas.
good health. Have a great holiday season,
Yes.
everybody. Have a happy, healthy,
fantastic.
prosperous New Year 2025. The next show will
Yep.
be here. Will be in January.
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
believe a quarter of the
Oh
century
yes,
of
December.
this
Jeez, I forgot to do that.
century will be gone.
I know.
Oh my
But
god.
Yamas
Yamas.
Yamas.
and the Ouzo, it has that distinct. I guess it's the anise licorice,
The licorice,
It
flavor.
has like a
Yes.
sweetness to it.
It's one of those, I think, call it like a polarizing place. It's a polarizing thing. Some
Yes.
people love Ouzo. Some people just can't take that black licorice
Yeah.
flavor.
It's not
where
It's
do
like
you-
overwhelming.
comparable like sambuca.
Yes.
So yeah.
But it's not overwhelming.
And
It's
you-
very subtle.
And you can also drink it over ice
Yep.
and you sip on it.
So
Yeah.
I remember I've been to Greece a couple of times and did some island hopping, and I just remember it being like in May of, it wasn't complete summertime, but they would you get a full bottle of Ouzo there. This was back in 1995, but full bottle of Ouzo for like $3
Oh, geez.
American,
Uh-huh.
and you would just pour it over ice with a little bit of water,
Yes.
and it was just smooth sipping. And when you're at, overlooking the Aegean and
the
sitting,
ocean.
Oh, no, it's nice.
Yes.
What do you mean?
it's-
Every place you go, they just give you it at the end of the meal. They bring it out. Like at least when my wife and I were in Santorini and Mykonos, like they were Athens even. They would at the end of the meal they'll just give you a shot, like an aperitif, like a dessert, kind of a drink
Yeah.
after the meal, and it's fantastic.
my recollection was I was drinking it morning, noon, and night before, during, and after meals. But it was
we weren't partying that hard, I guess.
when I was there, it went down very smooth. And I don't see it or drink it a lot anymore, but I guess I have to start
Or
hanging
here, I
out
mean,
here
hello.
at Kyma.
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're gonna take our first break.
Yes, sir.
Before we do that, let's see. It's December 1st,
It is.
and Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival will be here
Around the
before you know
corner.
it. Less than 6 weeks away, right after the holidays. And it's going to be a food festival like you've never seen before for celebrating all the greater Fort Lauderdale area has to offer. Of course, Sophia and her family are involved in the Broward restaurant scene, and you're also
Yes.
going to be opening up that new bakery,
We
the
are.
Giorgio's in Lauderdale. In Galt Ocean Mile,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's coming along okay.
It's coming along great. I mean, we got a little delayed now with the holidays, but in the new year, we're going to be
Get
open.
that
So
open.
we're excited.
Other family members have to run Opa in Hollywood,
Yes.
but the Visit Lauderdale. My tongue.
It's the
has got
Ouzo.
the Ouzo.
It's the
Got me
Ouzo.
tongue-tied. Go to vlfoodwine.com. That's the good starting place because then you can see all the intimate dinners
Tons
they're
of
going to have,
events.
all the other events. And I got to tell you, for the big 5 signature events, you use the promo code Lunchbox and you'll get an extra 15% off savings off the already low ticket prices. vlfoodwine.com. The big 5 events. It's a cocktail competition Wednesday night, the Asian theme walk and roll on Thursday night, the Friday night barbecue competition, Saturday grand tasting, Sunday brunch first time event.
Wow.
Again, it's going to be January 13th through 19th all throughout Fort Lauderdale, but those big events, the 3 of them are going to be clustered along Las Olas and the beach and the Intracoastal. Going to be a great time. Go online, vlfoodwine.com. Get your tickets today and use the Lunchbox promo code for extra savings.
We are having a special edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox here at Taverna Kyma Boca Raton. The lamb is roasting. The ladies and gents are enjoying themselves. And we'll be back more with Sophia here at Taverna Kyma on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox after this.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back. I guess we're back. I hear the music.
We are back.
I didn't know the break was over. I was in the middle of eating. The lamb has started hitting the fan, so to speak.
That's funny.
It's hitting the table, and I couldn't resist taking my first bite of the roasted lamb. We've got the lamb chops here. We've got the roasted lamb, which is Sophia's favorite. We're at Taverna Kyma. You should come on out. Your family should come on out. Your friends should come on out. I know you just had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Come on, you're
But-
recovered.
That was so long ago. That was last month.
You had yesterday. Exactly.
I basically fasted on Friday.
Yeah.
Defo was teasing me about how little I was eating, and all I had in front of me was a Greek salad on Friday's edition from 10 Palms at Gulfstream. By the way, they put lettuce in their Greek salad.
Okay,
with the feta.
listen, everybody does their own thing.
It was okay.
Yes.
I mean, no, it was actually very tasty, but, you know,
Yeah.
the food snob in me was saying, well, that's not a real Greek salad. But, and then, I basically did not eat at all Friday night. And then yesterday I had a nice light little lunch and didn't have that much for dinner. We actually stopped by our friend Joey at Cafe Seville and was able to see him for a cocktail and had a couple of his great appetizers down there, one of our great sponsors, and they were packed. And Joey was actually working in the kitchen there yesterday, Lubie, because his chef, his longtime chef, Jose, went to a family wedding down in El Salvador, and Joey was nice enough to give him the weekend off. And not a lot of people realize Joey Esposito, he has cooking chops.
Wasn't he like a high level?
He was one of the executive chefs at Sage French restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, which used to be, it's no longer with us, but it was on North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, a long time perennial in the French food. And Joey, before he purchased Cafe Seville with Sally, was the cook and chef at Sage. So he knows his way around the kitchen. And last night he was working up quite a sweat because those tickets were coming in. The house was full, about 200 seats filled at once. But it was good to see him last night at Seville. But again, didn't eat too much, and I knew this was coming.
Well,
today.
because you know Sophia was going to do this.
Exactly.
And I know.
I'm scared. I think they're ordering some over there, and they should. But we can't eat all of this.
No. We'll be sending these plates over to the doctor.
Yes.
Some new things, actually. These are some new things we haven't had. So I'd love for Sophia to explain what we
so
have
we
in front
got the
of us.
lamb chops and the lamb roast, which I've been eating, and tender, delicious, great seasoning, a little like lemon sauce on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lemon sauce. And then we have the lamb shank.
That's the lamb shank.
That's the lamb shank.
Beautiful. And I love the way it's served with the
That's
tomato orzo, right?
Yes. It's like a tomato sauce, and the orzo we make it all together, so it has like the juice from the lamb in there.
Wow.
And this is our lamb.
This is the grilled lamb.
So
that
this
was
is our
spit.
third lamb, by the way.
Right. You've been
really?
roasting
Yeah.
them,
My
grilling
manager
them,
came
roasting them
3
all
o'clock
morning.
in the morning.
Oh my
Started because it takes obviously time.
Yes.
So this is our third lamb that we're on right now.
If people don't mind, I'm going to squeeze a little lemon on
Yes.
top of all of it.
They give you the lemon for a reason.
And this looks great because it's got the just the well marbled flavor all the way through. Oh my god, it looks great. I cannot wait to just lay in. And is this the proper way to just kind of squeeze a little lemon on it and just start digging in?
Yes,
Because I'm
absolutely.
going to do that. And
then you can also take some. We love tzatziki on
Mm.
our
Whoa,
meat,
tzatziki on
so we
everything.
just like to dip it in some tzatziki.
that's great.
And with the lemon potatoes, we like lemon,
Yes.
so
Lemon is
everything is
flavor.
lemon influenced. But we have the lemon potatoes. We have the green bean kind of casserole type of thing. It's
With the tomatoes and onions and all
Yes.
that stuff. And again, the reason lemon is so popular because citrus gives everything a little bit of burst of acidity and brightness.
Yes.
So when you
Flavor.
have like the fat from the lamb combined with the brightness and acidity of the lemon, it's a perfect combination.
Yep.
This is delicious.
This is fantastic.
I could do this every Sunday, but
Someone chimed in on
this
it.
could be once
Someone
a month.
chimed in on the chat. I was there last night with 19 people
oh my gosh,
having dinner. And it's something we'll talk about in tomorrow's show, but it leads me to an experience we had in Orlando. That was one of the worst dining experiences of my life, where literally if you try to go there, we went there with 6, God forbid, And eventually they
Was
had,
it Houston's?
it wasn't like Houston. It's a place called, and I don't mind
They don't
naming
even
it.
let you sit.
They
with
don't
6.
even let you.
No.
We even say 2 tables, and they're like, nope.
No. Oh, don't get me
Like,
started
that's-
on
it
them.
just make, and we'll get into this more Monday, but that was such a horrendous food experience to this where you're seating 19.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you try to even make a reservation for over like 10 people, they're like,
They make a face.
they don't even let you do it online. You have to
You have
speak to
call 'em,
someone.
and then they make you get a minimum. You have to pay a certain
yes.
amount and all that
No.
stuff. So it's just
We
you
definitely.
guys are in the hospitality.
you are.
business. You want to make
I think
people
it's
feel
amazing.
welcome.
Yeah.
You say yes, come on in, and
Yes.
that's part of the reason why I was so eager to become involved with Taverna Kyma. It's the kind of place that I just love, and the food is terrific. And I might have to reconsider. I said lamb chops are my favorite. I think
don't
this
know.
roasted lamb from the spit is my new
I might
favorite.
just say lamb from Taverna Kyma.
Yes, and you can see. I mean, you can't see, but my dad is here right now, and
Okay.
he's giving Ouzo to just
Oh.
people walking by
Off to the side. Yeah.
and giving
Okay.
them lamb.
So let the record reflect for all those people on Let's Eat who before was saying, "Oh, I want everything for free and all you can eat."
Can't promise everything.
If you
but
come on out here, you might get a couple of samples. You might get a little
Yes.
shot of Ouzo. You
Yes.
might get a little, like you said today, because it's the first rollout of the lamb roast that you're going to give little samples
We
out
are,
to
yes.
the tables and
Yeah.
have them try it, and then you'll hook them.
Exactly.
And then they're going to come out and buy it by the pound. Can I ask how much is it priced per pound? And you could get it by a half pound gradation?
No,
or
it's per
minimum-
pound. Yeah,
minimum of 1 pound.
Yeah, pound. And you can see it's not a lot of meat. It's just
yeah, but
it's just
perfect. though.
right, and you can just take a bite of it and share it.
Oh, a pound of meat will come
So-
out to a lot of meat.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
When you're talking
Yeah.
to 2 people who look, I have friends that just want their meal, but most people I know, especially Mayo, Val, my wife, and I, we like the family style. I don't want just one. I want a little bit of everything.
Yes,
And the Greek eating is family style.
yes,
And you're seeing families come up and everyone's saying hello and kisses and hugs, and the tables are full of different dishes of everyone having a little bit because you don't want to miss out on anything.
yes. If you our menu, the whole we have it's a front and back, and the whole front is all everything to share.
Yep.
So we love that. We I know some people charge a sharing fee.
Oh,
we encourage it. So we love when people come and get a little bit of everything and share it and enjoy it. So yes.
And I love that tomato, the orzo and the tomato sauce. It's like seeped in it. It
Yes.
just soaks it up.
Look how the thing just falls apart.
And if you don't
Oh my
want
God.
lamb with it, you can get a side of orzo.
Right.
As a side.
I get the
I'm
lamb.
digging in.
Look, I guess
shank.
sometimes people have had weird experiences where lamb can be quote unquote gamey.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't had that in my life, but more times than not, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like and especially here, we've now
If
had
it's
it.
well seasoned and well rendered, it
it's
should not be gaming.
fantastic.
Yes.
And I was just
And-
gonna.
The quality, like it depends where you get your meat from and everything.
And I was just gonna remark
Oh, I like that.
that I kind of made a little like
gyro.
using the fresh roasted lamb from the spit, cut it up. And put it on
Yeah, pita.
pita bread with a little bit of the tzatziki, a
Yeah.
little squeeze of lemon. And this is better than like any gyro you're gonna get from that
Yeah.
pre-packaged thing that's sitting on that rotating spit that you don't know exactly what it all is.
It's a lot of blend in there.
Yeah,
Well, and that's
Yes.
the thing is like, you go back to throwing plates on the floor. Like, there's not really any rules. Like, you guys, that's what I loved about being in Greece and going to restaurants. Like, we in America, you can't have a ketchup on a hot dog, and that's fine. And there's our rules. And again,
you
Mayo's
can
a
do
king of
whatever you
that.
want, but you'll get
eyes, you get judgment. You don't get like literally. You can mix and match everything with everything.
Yes.
And that's about what you're supposed to do.
And one of our lunch items is this roasted lamb.
Mm.
It's instead of the gyro meat,
Mhm.
it's the roasted lamb meat, which is phenomenal with
Right.
the tzatziki and the cucumbers. We do like chopped cucumbers and everything, so it's really good.
We're having Lamapalooza here.
Lamapalooza.
We got
I
the
mean-
lamb chops, which I haven't even touched yet,
No.
much to everybody's
It's
shock.
hard to eat everything.
We got the roasted
Once.
lamb, which is a regular menu item, and then we have the lamb on a spit lamb,
Yes.
which is the now first Sunday of every month will be a thing here at Taverna Kyma.
And we have some beer, some Greek beer.
I was
I
just
like my
getting-
beer in a little glass. I do.
You're sophisticated.
And this is a nice green. It's called mythos. Mythos, like Greek mythology.
Yep.
Yes.
Mythos beer.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
It's in a
Very
green
nice.
Right?
bottle.
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
nice.
It looks like maybe a Labatt's or a Rolling Rock, but it tastes a lot better. I mean, this
I
is
like this.
brewed and imported from Greece.
It is.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
I've
it is.
never had it before.
I haven't even seen this.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Good for you.
Mm.
This
That's
is fantastic.
very
It's
good.
really
And
nice.
it pairs with the lamb perfectly.
It
Of
does.
course, so
And
does
a
some of the
nice-
Greek wines, the Greek reds that
Yes.
you graciously showed off last month. It's all here, and I'm a
more.
very happy person right now.
Yes.
It's hard not to be.
And
I just love that it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving when people usually are low key. That is not the case here.
and it's starting to fill up. You
Yes.
have the baptism. It seems like people came from the church. And again, Sunday now it must be like 1:00. Yeah, it's 1:30.
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't even know what football games are on now, and I don't care
I don't
because
care.
I'd rather be eating
care.
here. And like you were saying, no rules. It's just I think the only rules are eat and have fun.
Yes.
And
Relax, enjoy, eat, drink. We have music, live music, a bouzouki going on. So
yeah, I start to hear. Yeah, I'm hearing the music.
we're
I'm seeing
basting. We're
people
basting
streaming
the.
in. They're
Oh my
basting
God!
it
Look at that.
with all
Really?
kinds of beautiful juices and
That is
herbs and
fantastic.
spices. Look, can
Holy
you see
crap.
this, people?
They
This is,
can.
I this is the first time we've kind of done a outdoor the restaurant.
Live roast.
This is parking. It's a parking lot.
We're in a parking
edition.
lot. We
Okay.
are,
Doesn't
yes.
feel- but it doesn't feel like it feels like we're at a
Yes.
freaking
It's
party.
it's great because back when I covered the Dolphins and we would have to
Oh my
accost
God, look at this.
different players and coaches because they would hide in the locker room, and then we'd have to camp out in the parking lot when they got done with practice to talk to them. And we got accused of practicing parking lot journalism. And that was like they were yelling at us, "Get out of here! Let them alone!" And
Little did you know you're being prepped.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
parking lot
fast
broadcasting.
forward.
Podcasting, live streaming, the first lunchbox on a Sunday, I believe. Is that right? We've done
The
other
Cinco de
days-
Mayo show was that a Sunday?
Oh yeah, that was the second
And
one. We did
again,
one for
that was in
Cinco
a
de Mayo.
parking lot, and that went pretty well.
Yes.
We may have to make this a theme.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're knocking it out of the park in these parking lot
And
shows.
Yes.
I just love all the big families are streaming in now. It is the parking lot is getting loaded up. Plenty of free parking here.
Yeah, yes,
Both
that's
front,
a
back,
very big
side,
thing. There's
and,
lots of parking.
Yes.
Very convenient. Taverna
I do
Kyma.
love that people are coming up on the way, and your father's handing them. I think he's offering the kids that, and the parents are like, "No, we don't do shots for the kids. We're not in Greece." But he's offering everyone a shot of Ouzo and then some of the lamb.
Yes.
So let me ask: this baptism, is it somebody that your family knows, or is it in the family, or
No,
is it
it's
just
not my family.
It's a complete. But this is how you treat.
Oh, they're not even in it
Strangers.
because he's
Yes.
kissing everyone and giving
No.
everyone a hug.
Nope. That's just him.
Greek style.
Oh,
That's
so
just
funny.
him. Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
All right, I think we got to take our second
We
break,
do, we do.
and we will gather ourselves for some more
Sophia did it again, 2 for 2.
Lamapalooza. This is it. This is unbelievable. The
Holy
spread,
crap.
the hospitality, the beverages, the Ouzo, the beer. You got wine. It's all here at Taverna Kyma, 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. Open 7 days for your dining pleasure.
Oof.
But the first Sunday of every month now, I'm going to circle it on my calendar. I might just
It's a
camp out
party.
here.
Just come on
They
over.
brought a whole container of bottles of Ouzo.
Yes.
What a scene. It's joyous. I love joy.
It's an understatement.
All right, we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox with Sophia after these words. From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Taverna Kyma.
I just love, and I was trying to tell you, we have so much here we should share over there. They're not waiting for us. They have 3 bottles of wine over there. They have the appetizers. There's meat coming out. Look, you're at Taverna Kyma, I guess. The party just finds you.
It's going to be a party all day.
So this is a new cocktail I want you guys to try.
Okay.
I'm launching a new cocktail list in the next 2 weeks,
Oh,
and
good for
this
you.
is one of my new cocktails. So it's an olive oil martini.
Interesting.
So the
Greek olive oil.
Yes, it's Greek extra virgin olive oil, and we put it inside the glass before we put any liquid. And this is a Greek olive oil vodka.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's a special Greek vodka.
Yes.
That's
And it's
interesting.
fresh ground pepper on top.
That's
and
what I was
these
going
are-
to say. I see spices on top. I didn't know
Yes.
if it's oregano, but
Nope,
it's
it's
pepper.
not oregano.
Okay.
And this is feta cheese olives.
Okay, not the blue cheese
Not the
olives
blue
that many
cheese.
people see.
Yes.
The feta cheese olives. This is going to be a treat. I'm glad
Yes.
I was able to sneak in this lunch before I am on my
Before you get on your
abstinence,
antibiotics.
no alcohol regiment. That will start, let's say, later today.
Yes.
And I'm going to once again say Yamas.
Yamas.
Lubie, here's to
Yes,
the
sir.
holidays.
Here's to you.
We
Here's
got
to
Hanukkah falling on the
December.
heels of
Christmas.
I think they
Yes.
coincide this year.
Yeah, it's literally the
Now,
same.
Greek Christmas is the same as
It is, yes.
because
Christmas,
of December 25th.
It's just
Yep.
Easter is different, but Christmas is the same. Yes.
But don't you have is that Three Kings Day or Greek, or is that something in
That's
January?
in January,
Okay.
yes.
The
yes.
Epiphany?
Epiphany,
Okay.
Good for
yes.
you. You're more than I
And
know.
that's like a
Wow.
Cuban thing too. I mean,
Yes,
it's
I
in,
would
Yes.
say I've heard
it's
some
in
kings
Latin
world.
culture and
Yes.
it's in the Greek Orthodox culture
Yes.
as well. Yeah,
It is.
So,
Very true.
and you know me, I like to celebrate every holiday from every religion because that means more food,
more
more
food,
fun,
different
yeah.
varieties, different traditions. Yes, it's good.
So people
Yes.
want to do, because it feels like you guys not only are open to it, you do parties and
Oh, yes.
events. What is the timetable you think? Like if someone wants to have an event, I mean, people are in suits and tuxes here, so this is something that was well planned out.
So as long as we have availability, I mean, even if it's last minute,
Oh,
you're trying to
really?
plan something last minute. Yes. So with the private room, you can reserve that.
Okay.
If you want to be private, you can be in the main dining room. We have our patio. We can do it semi-private. We really custom whatever your needs are between pricing, menus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You will work
You
pricing.
can
Oh, interesting.
absolutely.
Are you
yes.
well booked for this December? Is
We
it pretty,
are.
okay?
I was going to say
We're
holiday party
pretty-
could be a great place for holiday parties.
Yes, yes. And on the weekends, we have belly dancers.
All right.
So,
Oh, really?
yes.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
Friday and Saturday, we have the belly dancer. She comes, does a show,
Yeah,
and yeah,
everybody
it adds
loves
a little.
That's
Show with
fantastic.
dinner. That's good.
Yes.
I am just overwhelmed in a good way after the feasts of Thursday have given way
Yeah, I thought we took a
to the
break.
Greek feasts of Sunday.
I think the Thursday feast doesn't really hold up to today.
No.
no. I
No,
love
that's a
Thanksgiving, but it ain't
traditional
this.
holiday
is,
in
it is.
America. This is a
This
real
is
cultural
spectacular.
treat.
Yes.
And you know how I was saying, like I called it Lamapalooza. I got the 3 different lamb dishes,
Mhm.
and each one is spectacular. Like there's gradations of greatness. They're all great.
Well, and I do like that each one has a distinct flavor. Yes, you're using lamb. Yes, you're using lemon, but each one, and they're using similar spices, I'm sure. But you can tell the differentiation from each different dish, which I think is impressive.
And the other thing that I love, like you mentioning, it's not gamey at all. All
No,
3
no.
of them. And, you know, sometimes, especially with the whole lamb on a spit, you get a little bit more of that rustic vibe
Yes.
and some of the rustic flavors. But
Nope.
this one is just beautiful, succulent, juicy with the spice, the herbs, the spices,
When it literally
the
melts
lamb.
in your mouth.
And we've been marinating it. Don't
Yeah.
forget, there's a whole process to
Yeah.
it. It's not just throwing a lamb, on the spit.
Makes it tender.
Yes.
And you could also
marinate.
feel the love, the homemade, like this. It's the soul of a place that is
Yes.
the difference between a corporate chain restaurant and a family-owned restaurant that you really could, family recipes handed down for generations,
It
all
is.
of the things. And again, I finally took a bite of the lamb chops, and they are beautiful, medium rare, just the way I love them. Actually, rare, more on the rare side, which is the way
That's
I
what you
love them.
want it. Yep.
Their juice, it's so good. I mean, if somebody put a gun to my head and said you have to pick one, I would say just shoot me because I couldn't.
Not gonna lie, I don't know.
They're
I
all
don't
very
know.
different. So that's like you
I
get a
still
different
love
variety.
this. This to me is just classic
It is.
finger food.
Well, because you can
pick
grab it
out-
with your hand.
Because you
and you're a
feel
slob.
it when you're eating it. You're like you're engaging with it.
You
It's-
can really get barbaric with it.
It is.
I
yes.
guess I could get barbaric with this too and just pick it up and start eating
Yes.
it.
Yeah, but that's not as socially acceptable as when it's on a bone.
I mean, when you're at Kyma, yes.
That's if I knew.
When you're here, there's no rules
there
really.
really isn't rules. Like
Yes.
it's very interesting, and people are in suits and they're just grabbing you with their hand.
Let me just sing the praises of this Greek martini. I have to admit, I arched my eyebrow when I heard olive oil and pepper, but it all works. That's
It's
a
a very
beautiful
mild
drink.
vodka, so it's
Yeah.
not like I don't really like straight up martinis, but this has like the vodka is very very mild, so it's very drinkable.
And it has your olives. You love the stuffed olives.
Yes.
Oh, and the
That's a
feta
big thing for
olives are
Mayo.
beautiful and they're nice and firm, and just the way I like things that are savory. This is like a savory martini.
Yes.
And it's something different. It's really, really nice. So this is now available all times, or is
Yeah,
it-
so I'm launching my new wine list and cocktail list in the next 2 weeks, and it'll be on there.
Nice.
can you just call it a Greek martini?
Olive oil martini.
Olive oil
I
martini.
mean, it just kind of
They might
describes
as well.
that.
Yeah.
At least they know. They'll know what it is.
Yes.
And I guess is that going to be on the happy hour menu, or is it basically just
Yeah,
a specialty item?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the happy hour. We have a huge variety of our cocktails on the happy hour and wines and Greek wines. So our happy hour is 3 to 6 every day,
Okay.
and it's very
Monday through
extensive.
Friday or
7 days.
7 days.
You do a 7-day a
3
week
to
happy
6
hour.
on a
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
Do the people of Boca know this? Because the people. Well, I don't want. Everybody
has
loves
to
a
know.
good deal.
She's here. Like, she has to
Particularly
know.
people in Boca seem to love good deals.
Yes.
And again, it's here for the taking every day from 3 to 6.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
I cannot believe it. I don't know how you do it, Sophia. Not only are you putting out great food and all these inventive new cocktails and the beautiful Ouzo and wine selection, but you also have a beautiful family. We just
Oh,
got to
thank
meet
you.
your kids. How do you do it? You're a mom?
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
a restaurateur?
yeah. I don't know. I
You
don't.
find a way.
You just go.
Was it just
you
life
just go.
because you guys have been in the restaurant business
And-
your whole life?
I've been in the restaurant business my whole life, and also the bones of the restaurant are stable. We've been
Right.
here for 17 years, so
Right.
it's not something that's new. And we get innovative with different things like events or new cocktails, but like the structure is here, and we have a great staff. We have people that have been with us for so many years that just execute everything. Just trying to be consistent.
Yeah.
So
Consistency.
I have a
Easiest
great
key is
team.
to-
I really do have a great team. So when I do have to be at the new restaurant or with my kids, or I can feel comfortable that we're good here.
Now, you have 3 sons.
I
One
do.
of them is 10, but the 2 older boys look like they're ready to start working. Are they been in, working?
They're
in-
15 and
Oh,
16.
jeez. They got to be working.
So yes,
They look like they're 20 and 21.
I know, because my 16-year-old
very
is
tall.
6'4",
Oh, jeez.
and my 15-year-old is like 6'1",
Oh, my
so
God.
they're
Well,
huge. But they're really academically
Oh, that's
Inclined?
working really hard.
That's great.
Don't
they're
tell
into
me they're going to go the
sports.
Dr. Nick route. You
I
gotta
hope
get-
so.
Oh,
She's like, look, I have the right.
I
person to
hope
do other
so.
okay.
Yeah,
Now, whatever that makes them happy,
Correct.
that's the key. And it's
Yes.
funny how
correct.
sometimes people start in one direction and then they end up gravitating to the family business because
For
they
sure.
realize how much it means to certain people. So
For
I'm sure
sure.
they'll find their way. Do they like
I-
to cook, or do they?
My middle son likes to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he's good. He's my griller. He cooks. He can
Oh,
do everything.
nice.
Yeah. So he loves doing all that.
That's good.
So and they've worked in the kitchen before. Yeah.
And it looks like they're such
Yeah.
strapping lads that get haul around a couple of these whole lambs before they get thrown on the spit. So
Yes.
it's always good to have the weightlifting contingent.
For sure, for sure.
All good. All right,
Good.
Sophia, let's take our final break.
Yes.
And then we will wrap up this edition so I can start really doing some
Yeah, we'll
eating.
be actually being
Okay.
mannered.
This is all fantastic. I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you for being
all-
here. I'm
thank
so
you for having
excited
us.
you guys are here, and it's
I love the vibe. Like the vibe is so really like it's Sunday chill, but also has a party undertone.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day. The sun came out.
Yeah,
It was a
thank
little
goodness.
overcast, but now
Yes.
I've taken off my Louis Carnesecca sweater. Rest in peace, Louis. But it got a little hot here outdoors, especially next to
You
the
got the roast
lamb on the roasted. All the wood-fired embers are going. It's a great sight. It's a great scene. Come on out here, Taverna Kyma, 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. We'll be back to wrap up Lamapalooza and the first Greek, celebration, Sunday brunch celebration after these words on the lunchbox. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Freshest Fish Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway, just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kyma is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kyma. For reservations and information, go to tavernakyma.com. All right, we're back on the lunchbox at Taverna Kyma. Lamapalooza, I'm calling
This
it.
is the fourth alcohol, by the way.
And I was going to say, as if Ouzo and the Mythos Greek beer and the new olive oil martini was enough, here comes the red wine. How do you say wine in Greek? Because I know it's vino in Italian. But
Crassi.
Crassi.
Yes.
And how do you say red wine in
Cochino crassi.
Oh, that sounds-
Crassi.
Cochino Crassi?
Yes.
It sounds almost like Russian, which I spoke, but not much anymore. But Cochino Crassi
Yes, very
is
good.
krasivaya in Russian. Krasiva.
Okay.
Krasivaya means, or krasiva means beautiful. It's beautiful red
is
wine
It is, yes.
to go
Cheers.
along with a beautiful
Yamas.
meal, a beautiful
Cheers,
day,
cheers.
beautiful
Yamas.
people here out at Taverna Kyma. I cannot thank you enough. Is
Oh,
there
this is
anything
fantastic.
else that you would like to add before I go into my food coma?
No, I do have one more thing coming out though.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
It is,
Oh, it's a dessert.
It's no, it's not a
Not
dessert.
even dessert yet. Okay.
It's a tribute to someone.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll see when it
I'm
comes
gonna.
out.
I guess we'll just keep talking until
Yes.
it comes out.
So this
we
is
can-
a Xinomavro.
Yes.
This is fantastic. This is a beautiful
This
wine.
is
Yes.
from what region of
It's
Greece?
in
is it?
mainland northern part of Greece.
Okay.
And it is equivalent to like a Pinot Noir.
This is
It
a
tastes
beautiful.
beautiful.
Wine. This is
well
really nice.
balanced.
Yes.
I really like this wine.
And it's really, really good with the lamb.
Yeah, because sometimes
really
you get some of
enhances.
those wine. I mean, I don't want to. Sometimes they're a little too sweet for me. I'm not a big sweet wine fan,
Yes.
but when you get kind of more of the drier and
Yep.
well balanced,
Yes, it's it really enhances. Since we've been also eating, it really enhances the meat.
I'm so glad I'm not drinking today, Lubie.
Yeah. Well.
I don't think you're
Something
going to need your
tomorrow.
antibiotics. I'm going to be
don't think-
honest with
yeah,
you.
Your finger's fine. now.
Whatever you
it was
had.
starting to hurt because the lidocaine was wearing off, and I did pop some Advil, but it was starting to throb. But now I feel nothing. It's
Nothing,
good.
right?
Go to Taverna Kyma where you'll feel nothing and smile.
You'll feel nothing but good. I think that's the new slogan here.
I like that.
And it's man, what a fantastic day. And
I
now
told my
there's a-
wife to come. She was like, "You sure?" I was like, "Sophia literally told me, bring your wife." And who am I to fight with Sophia?
yes.
And now we haven't seen her for an hour.
well, I'm glad that you brought Shirley because Val is here.
yeah.
And the two of them hit it off.
Oh, they
I
get
mean,
along well.
they've met each other numerous times
We
at
love Val.
different events, but she's getting me off the hook. Shirley's getting me
Yes,
off the
that's a
hook
big
because
win.
Val is a big proponent and
The arts.
she's a cultural person. She likes going to the symphony. She's a patron of the arts. And me,
My wife's the same way.
let's
You're
say
a parking lot guy.
I'm a denizen. I'm a denizen of
poker
parking
player.
lots,
Yes.
racetracks, and casinos.
and I'm a sportsaholic.
Right. So,
So
I
we
think
can
I
fake.
think we're going to convert her today.
well,
That's
she's
fine with me.
converted to.
I think we're going to convert her to the parking
Oh
lot.
no!
to the
Everybody is a parking lot
yes.
convert. She's not so happy, with the whole racetrack going to bet on the horses thing. But the fact that the two of them now, like Val is saying, she has this tickets to go to the symphony, and they're playing the score of one of the Harry Potter movies in conjunction with showing a Harry Potter
Oh,
movie. And I
wow.
was never into the Harry Potter books. And
I like Harry Potter, but I heard the word symphony. I was like, "Hey, babe, Val wants to go to the symphony," and her ears perked up. I'm like, "Oh, thank God, go!"
it's
Have
great
fun.
because Val and Shirley will go to the Symphony of the Americas, and me and Lubie will go
We'll
to
hang out at
a
a bar.
basketball game or a
Love
sports
it.
bar.
Or come to
Okay.
Taverna
Or
Kyma.
Kyma.
Kima, yes.
Well, if we come to Kyma, we got to take
Not a
Val.
problem.
So that's one of these things where it's a happy occasion where couples can come. and-
Oh yeah.
For sure. It's a good icebreaker for like first dates.
Oh, first
yeah.
date.
There's a lot going on. So
Yes.
you can
And again, you can't go wrong here. Again, if you're coming out with a date and they like good food, and you can have a little bit of light bites, a little bit of the lamb. You could even get a filet mignon.
yes.
So-
Him.
Out there.
Fantastic.
And it's all
Yes.
good. So while we're waiting for the special treat, I am going to just go over our schedule for the upcoming week. We're jam-packed full of action for December because tomorrow we're going to be going to Miami Grill
Please, they know very well.
Oh,
because
Yes.
Gus Boulis
Yes.
started the chain. But I'm fascinated because it's one of those things that is still around. There's 30 locations
Is it?
Most of them are in South Florida now.
Okay, but
We're gonna
it's
be
throughout the. Is it outside of the state?
So
I thought they
I was
became
getting
more
the
regional.
backstory because I met with the CEO for the past. I think he's been CEO for about 8 or 9 years. His name is Jonathan Vogel. He came from New York, but he came over as CEO of Miami Grill, as it's known now. It used to be Miami Subs.
Yes.
The place has been around since the mid 80s, so it's 40 years almost that it's been around. It started by Gus Boulis. I didn't realize at one point they were up to 200 locations throughout the country. It was owned by the family that owns and runs Nathan's Hot Dogs. I think it was the hand worker family. Now, Nathan's Hot Dogs and French fries are sold at Miami Grill along with a number of other things, and they have good gyros there and chicken pitas, and they're known for being open
subs.
late.
Yep.
And their
cheesesteak is amazing.
Cheesesteaks are great.
Oh, it's my favorite.
We're going to be spending some time visiting with Jonathan Vogel, the CEO, tomorrow at their Pembroke Pines location at our usual time at 1 o'clock. It's going to be a real treat because we're going to get to know more about the brand. And, it's a brand that's had ups and downs, but I think they're really on an upswing again.
Yep.
And
I think they've really reinvented themselves.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted to kind of tell that story, and I think the Lunchbox audience would appreciate it because, like you said, Lubie, you used to go in high school.
I went literally because they used to have a cheeseburger special on Friday. So and I was a camp counselor, and it was right across the street, the 44th Street location on University in Sunrise, bordering Lauderhill. And every Friday, that was like our treat, was to run over there and grab their cheeseburgers. I've been a big fan of the wings, the gyros. Like, that's what's cool about Miami Grill is it's almost like here they do a bunch of different things, and everything is high quality. Like, you don't. There's no real miss. Like, I've gone there a bunch of different times to try it. A bunch of different things.
I have nothing but fond memories. I just stopped going for whatever.
Don't think about it
because when I was a sports writer and you would get done covering a game and finish working at midnight, there were limited options of where you could go. I would go to La Tub for a burger in Hollywood, but a lot of times back in the day, I would go to the Miami Grill. That's still there on the corner of US 1 and Sheridan Street, which is one of the shops that Jonathan Vogel actually owns and operates. There's different franchisees around, but he owns 5 of them, including one that's going to be opening up hopefully next month in Deerfield Beach. But he was telling the story. At one point there were 200. Then Nathan sold a whole bunch of them because mostly for the real estate. They just wanted to cash out. So it shrunk the brand, but now they're hanging in there. They've partnered with Pitbull as one of their kind of ambassadors and brand ambassadors. It's going to be a fun show tomorrow.
So you said that you were there every Friday, right?
Yes.
I was there every holiday, Christmas, holiday break, spring break. My family.
Oh, you owned it?
Didn't you find it?
Which
you
one?
found it, right?
So my dad was one of the first franchisees.
I didn't know that.
She talked about that last month.
Yeah.
She did. I totally forgot.
All of my school breaks, I was there working.
Oh, really?
Every Saturday I was there working.
Which one was the one that you guys owned?
So we had Oakland and Powerline.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Commercial and Powerline.
Okay.
Cypress and Powerline. Atlantic off of 95.
Do those all still exist, or
no.
some of them got?
So the Oakland Commercial and Atlantic are there, but once again, my family owned the real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot, back in the
was a
day,
boom.
a lot of the owners would purchase the real estate and have the franchise.
Right.
And then after either they are retiring or, my family moved on to more of like the Taverna Opa, the sit down. Then they sold the real estate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so they were out of,
That's fascinating. So you guys have the link to the Miami Grill, as it's known. And I'm looking forward to getting it because I think they do a good job and they fill their niche.
Well, it's fast food, but it's real food. They actually do cook it there.
Yes.
And any place that has Nathan's hot dogs and crinkle cut fries, the Brooklyn boy in me is very happy about that. So, and at one point they had the Kenny Rogers roasted
but now
chicken.
They have Arthur Treacher's.
They
and
still have the
Arthur
Arthur Treacher's fish and chips.
Yep.
And of course, they have the excellent cheesesteaks and the gyros and the chicken pitas that are very popular.
They have chicken wings.
Yeah, it's
the wings are amazing.
Good. I'm telling you, the
wings are good. Did they still? Did they used to? It used to be they sold like wings and a bottle of champagne for $99.
Dom Perignon.
Is that? I don't think.
I don't know, but
I think
it
they've
was
discontinued that because
Yes.
the authority or maybe the legal legal department and
I
realized
mean, working that drive-through late at
drive-through
night, I'm telling you,
champagne.
that we used to sell it.
That's so funny.
It was like chicken wings and a Dom Perignon
for
for
$99.99.
99. Yeah,
That
that's
was one of the great
very
only in
true.
South Florida things.
And
It
so
was
you'd-
so South Florida.
And you would walk in, and we'd have like a little showcase because we had like the individual like baklava,
Yeah.
and then you'd have like a bottle of Dom Perignon just sitting in a cooler there.
Yeah, and
That's amazing.
True
I
story.
think the legal department eventually said, no, we can't really sell champagne through a drive-through anymore. It's like when you would go to the farm stores and get the six-packs and just start guzzling.
Bring it right there.
Things have changed. Damn lawyers.
Yes. That's why we don't break plates anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
honestly,
so there you
yeah.
go. We
Nobody's
throw
any
napkins.
fun.
No,
There
we
you
throw
go.
napkins
It's all
now. So
good.
we have to go with the
Gotta
times.
mix it up.
So we've got a
Yes.
busy week besides Miami Grill tomorrow. Tuesday, we're going to be at S3 on Fort Lauderdale Beach there in the Hilton. That's one of the Restaurant People's Group restaurants because they're taking part in the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. They're hosting an omakase event. Dr. Nick Yamas. They are having an omakase event at S3 and their new sushi executive chef for the whole Restaurant People restaurants, but working out of S3. His name is Ped. So we're going to be having a sushi feast with Ped on
Nice.
Tuesday in advance of the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival
Just a month away,
omakase
month and a half
dinner.
away.
Again, go online to vlfoodwine.com for those tickets. Wednesday, I think we have a doubleheader.
Okay.
It is going to be Casa. Of course, how can I forget?
Oh, we're back at Casa D'Angelo.
Casa
Nice.
D'Angelo to advance their white truffle dinners. They're having 4 white truffle dinners at their 3 locations throughout early part of December. It's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Are you in Boca or are you in Fort Lauderdale?
We're doing the show Wednesday afternoon in Fort Lauderdale, the flagship at 1201
Yes.
North Federal Highway. I mean, Angelo Ilia and Angelo Massanova, his CDC at the Fort Lauderdale flagship, do a great job. And then Chef Ricky up in Boca, the Fort Lauderdale location having white truffle dinners on December 5th and December 19th.
And isn't it weird that Mike Mayo's found a way to do a show right around that time?
Yeah, so, if
I
they
mean,
have
happen,
the lamb
it's
roast.
convenient.
We're-
It's very
yeah.
convenient.
if they
Definitely.
happen to shave a few white truffles over the dishes
Just like
they
if
bring
they happen
out,
to give us roasted lamb,
And-
you know.
A whole lamb, not just roasted lamb. We just
we
Oh,
don't
lamb on
go
a
for half
spigot.
measures here on
Yes.
the Lunchbox. We go full Monty. But again, the Boca location is having their white truffle dish dinner on December 10th. Aventura, December 17th. 4 different white truffle dinners. Go online to casa-d-angelo.com for reservations and all the white truffle dinner information, along with just holiday gatherings, parties, whatever you want to book there. And
You're
then,
busy.
oh yeah, with the
We're
Lunchbox,
not
we are
you.
hopping.
You go
Oh
7
my
days, but we
gosh.
try.
And
I mean, I got you guys out on a Sunday. I know it's
Yeah.
yeah,
It
no,
wasn't hard to get
it's
us out
it's
here.
all good. We're gonna take a week off between
We'll get
Christmas
time
and
off.
New
Don't
Year's,
worry.
and we're loading up. We're gonna have
I love that
lots
she
of
feels bad for us.
we're gonna
It's
have
really tough when we
lots
do.
of repeats
hard-
that we can
hard
play
labor.
during the holidays, and
This is
Taverna
probably one
Kyma,
of them.
this one will be one of them because this is a fantastic event. Oh, a doubleheader Wednesday happy hour edition at House on the River in
Oh yeah,
New River
welcome
in the
them to
Fort
the family.
Lauderdale.
Nice, I'm excited.
I'm
Great
going there. I'm taking my friend for brunch there.
It's
They're
gorgeous.
doing a
They're
Veuve.
doing a Veuve Clicquot. Look at this. She's
Good for
like,
you.
Look at me. I
You
do
bring
leave.
Sophia
I
everywhere.
do leave
Come out
Kyma.
Wednesday.
I do leave this restaurant.
Steve DePuzzo, who is a great restaurateur. He's had many things and all over the place, including the new food hall in Hollywood. But he has refurbished House on the River. It used to be known as the River House. Beautiful, older home with all these
spectacular.
great rooms. But now they've got the outdoor setup.
Yes.
They're doing the Veuve Clicquot brunches on the
Yes.
weekends.
Oh, my
But we're
wife
going to be
loves
doing a
Veuve Clicquot.
happy hour edition on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we're going back to our friend Frankie Talrico
Oh,
at
nice.
Casa Calabria, the best gnocchi in town.
It's
I
right.
love that
It's going to be
place.
close to where you know it's off Galt Ocean Mile.
Okay. I
And then-
think I'm just gonna have to show up to these
Just
places.
if
I
you
mean,
tag
I
along-
just need to follow you wherever you
Forget
go.
about Defo. You're the new co-host. Sophia can
We're
tag
an
along
asset.
with us.
Anytime
We're a big
you
fan
need
of Sophia.
anytime you need to fill in, you
Don't
know.
offer.
I'll
We take people up on offers.
Because it is a movable feast here on the Lunchbox, and I keep feasting. Of course, Friday we'll be back at our Friday fun place,
10
which
Palms
is 10
Park.
Palms at Gulfstream Park, and they had a fantastic Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving, yeah.
buffet. It was the first time that they were open for Thanksgiving in a long time. They started the new champion meat season on Thursday, and Joe Beja said they had over 600 covers.
Geez.
You know,
Wow.
they could
He was
handle
hoping
up
for
to about
500,
1,200, 1,300.
But he was
It's a
hoping for
huge room.
500.
Wow.
Yeah, he was hoping for 5, and he got 6 and change. And it
It's
was a
interesting
good-
that they did. Everyone did well. And think. I guess a lot of people are like, screw cooking.
Yeah,
I think so.
between
so.
the shopping and the prep and the cooking,
Well,
and
exactly
the
how much
cleanup,
things cost. It's cheaper to
It's-
go out somewhere.
It's crazy.
if time is
crazy.
money and you factor in the time
Yep.
involved along with the expense of buying everything,
Yep.
it really makes sense to come out to
It
some of
does.
these great restaurants.
And I actually like during holidays and stuff, I get people that will just like cater like lemon potato and they just like enhance their,
Bingo.
you know, their
Oh,
whatever
geez.
they're serving.
What is
Okay,
this?
so this,
Oh, this is
Oh
the
my God.
final, the grand finale.
There's
here.
more. There's not really room,
And
but we'll
I'm
make room.
glad
Darn it.
that we. Here we go. What is?
There
Oh,
you
it is
go.
a full filet
Actual
mignon.
fillet. That's
We're
so
gonna
funny.
put this in a
that
doggy
over
bag
there.
after I tear into it with my hands. This is for Defo.
this is for Defo.
Again, we had the it was the filet mignon or the beef tenderloin
Oh
skewer.
my God,
Yes,
before.
that
that's
looks
an appetizer. And for the people that don't love lamb,
Well,
There are
we
beef.
do
You're
have
doing
a
okay then.
filet mignon on the menu.
Okay, I'm gonna cut into it, and we're gonna see
oh, look how oh
that
my
it's
God, that's straight
beautiful,
up
a
rare.
beautiful medium rare.
I love that you don't even order and they just know to make it the right way.
And Defo, once again, if you're out there, if you watch this episode, this is a perfectly cooked piece of filet mignon. Oh my God! And now you can bring out the egg to crack on my egg. I did not wear egg on my face
The Dolphins. You got
last
the
week
Dolphins
because I was
right.
completely right about the Packers crushing the
They
Dolphins.
nailed the Dolphins. Yep.
So there was no egg on my face with that. But now,
When you mocked him for getting a steak at a Greek restaurant, he wasn't wrong for doing that.
well, he just went to the wrong
Wrong
restaurant
Oh,
because now I can personally attest and swear on the witness stand
Oh my God, look at that.
that I've not only had a good steak, it was a great steak, a filet mignon that's juicy. And again, you put that kind of lemon sauce
yes,
on it,
that's like our house sauce. We put it on everything. And
and it
just-
makes everything taste that much better. That's a beautiful piece of filet
That is
mignon.
fantastic.
Thank
Oh my
And
God.
I would not hesitate to order that, except for the fact that if I'm coming here, I want all the lamb.
Yes, you can. But if you don't feel like, having the lamb or
Again, if you have like 15 people at a table,
you could
you want a
share.
little bit of
You could
everything.
you could take a little bit of everything. So, yes.
Well, you did it, Sophia. You made
I don't
me
know how
eat
you
my
surpassed
words.
last month, but you did.
Put egg on my face. Actually, maybe put a little. I don't know what the dessert specialties. Baklava. You put baklava on my face. We're gonna do it again next month.
Yes, we are.
I don't know if we're gonna do it on Sunday. Maybe we'll come in and maybe feature a happy hour here
Yes,
or something like
I would
that.
love
We
that.
come
That'd
in
be
later
cool.
in
You
the
do it
day.
every day.
We like
I
to
would
mix it
love
up
that.
now on the lunchbox. We used to have like a standard set time, but what we found is that when we go around and spotlight different great things at the local restaurants, people are going to tune
They
in
will
and they're
find
going
it.
to find it, and then they're going to come out and experience it for themselves.
Yeah, because restaurants have a lot of different components.
Yeah.
So you want to feature a little bit of everything and whatever appeals to people. So
I have a lot of different components now too. Some of it is ouzo, some of it is beer, some of it is the olive oil martini, and some of it is the beautiful.
She's
Greek
setting a standard.
red wine.
Last time she brought out 4 different wines. Now she brought out 4 different alcohols. I can't even imagine what the heck
See the two
happy hour
brothers
is.
playing in the parking lot. I
Yes.
love that. I love this whole scene.
It's such a vibe.
I am so happy here, Sophia. I'm
thank
so
you for
happy
having
for
me.
you
And don't
your
be
family.
surprised if you catch me, sneaking up at your
Come
You're
next.
not
anytime.
taking- You're welcome. Believe me.
I
You
am.
were a hit last time, and you'll be here wherever we go.
I am going to be posting the full tentative December
We're big fans of
schedule
Sophia.
on
It's very
the Lunchbox page. Again, that's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox on Facebook, and I'll also post the schedule on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. I haven't looked at the numbers lately. I think it's about 177,000 and change.
That's amazing.
They
Isn't that
really
crazy?
were trying me this weekend on Thanksgiving of all days. And
You
that-
actually put a post that was so funny before. You're like, please, let's be grateful and thankful.
Right.
And I think the first one was like, screw you, Mayo.
it's like they're bitching about the credit card surcharges. They're bitching about, like, some restaurant put on like a holiday surcharge, but
Oh,
didn't
wow.
call it a holiday surcharge. Look, all these topics, people are interested in it. I get it.
That's
but there's a
fine.
time and a place for everything. And the time for the bitching and the griping is called Festivus. December 23rd,
Yeah.
the airing of the grievances. That day, I will fully be understanding if you want to gripe about anything restaurant or food related. But on Thanksgiving, when all these people are working and
Yep.
sacrificing time from their own families.
Yep.
Oh my God, people, read the room, have a little understanding.
It has thinks in the word.
Right.
Yes.
We need to abide by
Look,
that.
life isn't great every day, but
I am always
now, like,
grateful.
grateful for me,
I
at
am
least.
so grateful for people in the hospitality
yeah, you guys
industry.
bust your butt.
And every time I go through some of these posts and comment strings, I just say, memo to self, never open a restaurant. Sophia, you've
You
done
do
it
it
again.
the best way. That you're in the restaurant
Right,
business,
without
but without
without-
the hassle of it.
Without having too much skin in the game.
Yes, yes.
Just having a lot of stomach
pay-
in the
Yes,
game.
Homage
exactly.
to you.
And
Yes.
the occasional wounded finger. All right, that's going to do it, everybody. Come
Tomorrow,
on
Miami
out to
Grill.
Taverna Kyma all afternoon.
all day.
The lambs are still roasting on the spit. We're going to be out at Miami Grill in Pembroke Pines tomorrow at 1 o'clock, should you want to come out and experience some of that. And until the next time. Oh, I didn't even give the contest winner
Oh,
because
Do
we have a
that
three-way
tomorrow.
tie.
you do that tomorrow.
Because everybody who picked the Gators picked them by 17 points. It was weird. Was that the spread on the game?
spread was 17.
So we had actually 3 people in the tiebreaker, 3 people who had the correct restaurant, which was, it wasn't a restaurant, it was Bob Roth's New River Groves. I went for, because yesterday, or is it today, was National Pie Day,
Okay.
and I got my Thanksgiving pies. I don't know if you've ever been there in Davie.
I
Great
haven't.
roadside stand that used to sell fruit. Now they have all these pies and fudge and all kinds of other things. Bob Ross New River Groves was the restaurant. The horse was the favorite, of course, number 1, whose name I forget. And then 3 people had the Gators by 17. So those names will come out of the hat tomorrow on Miami Grill. I'll keep you in suspense. What
There
are you
you
going to do? All right. Until
Sophia,
next
thank you so
time.
much.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Enjoy every lamb. Enjoy every roasted potato. Enjoy every filet mignon.
Every
enjoy
filet mignon. Yes.
olive oil martini. And enjoy every sandwich. And gyros, too.